25th anniversary of Warriors basketball here in the Bay Area, of course, 60 years. And Darrell and Mully, of course, the Hall of Famer Chris Mullin, Darrell Wright, NBA champion, former Warrior Bonte Hill. What a night that was inside of that building.
What a night. A season opener at home. That was beautiful, man. The Warriors got off to a great start. Steph Curry got off to a great start. The Clippers not giving up, continue to play and played hard, and even took the lead before going into halftime. What a great game. Steph Curry put that ice on it, though.
It was a great NBA game, Bonte. As you said, a really gritty Clipper team, short-handed. Warriors come out, score 44 points in the first quarter. Steph Curry goes 10 for 10 and didn't miss a shot to score 25 points. Second quarter, the Clippers put up 40. And then the second half was pretty much even. As you mentioned, with all the great offensive moments, the defense held the Clippers to 19 points in the fourth quarter. And one of the biggest defensive possessions, the Clippers came out of a timeout. They got a nice double team on Paul George in the deep corner, forced a terrible possession, and took control from there.
Well, you talk about Steph Curry's start to the game here. That was his 11th 20-point quarter in the first quarter, 35th career 20-point quarter. But we'll get to Steph Curry a little bit later. We got to go to the crunch time stats here, because in crunch time of the fourth quarter with about 6:20 left, that's when things really heated up inside the Chase Center here. You see Jordan Poole driving to the bucket to get a layup. He struggled tonight, but that was a big hoop there. And the unsung hero for the second straight game, Damian Lee. Big three here, Darrell.
Damian Lee for sure was a player of the game, man. He hit 2 big threes in the corner, kept calm, kept cool, and hit 2 big shots, man. This one right here was a big one. What a hand up. So great game from D. Lee. Like you said, Bonte, back-to-back games.
And also back-to-back games where Steph Curry checked back in with the lead, and when he did come back in, he took total control of this game.
Yeah, right there. He put Marcus Morris through the spin cycle, dribble. I'm just going to go to the rack here. But look at Bledsoe. Reggie Jackson here on the drive. This is a big three by Marcus Morris Sr. in the corner there. Clippers got some guys here, Darrell.
Man, we talked about who can be the second and third scorer. Bledsoe clearly showed that, and we also talked about how Reggie Jackson can be a second scorer.
And that three right there, Mully.
I mean, he had 40. You can't keep your hands, as Mark Jackson says, hand down, man down.
Hand down.
Eric Bledsoe with a solid game for the Clippers, 22 points in all. But then Steph Curry took over down the stretch. That big deep three from like 35 feet out, and then that one to give the Warriors a 2-point lead. And you see here Wiggins with the drive. Iguodala to pass to Draymond. Should have been an and one.
And one.
Paul George there. Look, Paul George had another solid game as well. 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. Warriors foul to make sure the Clippers don't shoot a three. And there's your ball game. Warriors open the season 2-0 with a big-time win over the Clippers.
And Bonte said that, so they were down 3, but they had no timeouts left. So they tried to throw the ball to the front court to Zubac to kick it out to Paul George. Smart play by Kevon Looney. As soon as Zubac caught, he fouled and put him on the free throw line.
And how important is this, Darrell, to get those crunch time minutes and be in a game like that early in the season against a team that was in the Western Conference Finals a season ago?
Man, it says a lot for this Warriors team to come out 2 games in a row and beat both LA teams, 2 teams that were, potential championship teams. I think this is definitely a boost of confidence going into the season, and we can't talk enough about the bench and those other guys that came in and played the way they did.
No doubt about it.
So playing small, right? The concerns rebounds? I don't think so. 53-38, Warriors advantage.
Wow.
That's aggressive, athletic team rebounding.
Well, let's go back to the first quarter here, because Steph Curry got this party started with a bang. Warriors are up 17 after the first quarter, and this is according to Warriors via Warriors PR. Ties a career high for first quarter with 25 points. His career high is 28 in the quarter. His 35th career 20-point quarter. The 11th time he's done it in the opening quarter of a basketball game. And oh, by the way, he started off 9 for 9 in that first quarter. Heck, he didn't miss a shot into the middle of the second quarter.
He was 10 for 10, was barely hitting the rim. And I think what he was really doing was just opening up the new building with all the fans back. He really hasn't gotten on a real good stretch here with the fans in the building. So he's letting everybody know, this is our new building. We have home court advantage. Bring it each and every night.
And I'm not going to act surprised like we didn't know that was going to happen. When Steph Curry has a bad shooting night like he did in L.A., this is what tends to happen all the time. I know Mully called 50 points last game, and I called 10 threes. he got close.
He got 8 threes tonight in 45, and even LeBron James was watching. The world was watching. LeBron James, who played with Stephen Curry, and they were teammates for the first time in the last All-Star break. Hey, Curry, you're a sick man. He is a sick man. He was pulling up from 40, and the first shot he missed today, Mully looked at me and said, you know, I once started the game 11-4-11 with Darrell. His heat check was from 40 feet.
Man, that's how you know he is all confidence.
And that was in the second quarter.
Second quarter.
Yeah, but the guy does so many amazing things. Tonight was an amazing shooting exhibition. But what puts it over the top is every game plan is to shut him down.
Yep.
You just can't do it. And he mixes up his offense so well. You see the back cuts off the split action to get the layups to loosen the defense up. And then his perpetual motion off the basketball, not only getting shots for himself, but open up opportunities for his teammates.
And Darrell, we heard Reggie Miller on TNT. You know, Steph needs a bucket here. He's been quiet in the second half. Well, he erupted there in the final 2 minutes. Overall, just a great performance with 45 points and 8 threes made.
Man, a great performance by Steph Curry, man. He started out the game red hot. He set the tone for the guys, and everybody else followed his lead. Yeah, he missed a few shots. I thought everybody else picked him up. Damian Lee, Draymond Green, all those guys played well and picked him up when he was struggling, but he set the tone early.
Yeah, and the way he gets to the basket when the defense overextends at the three-point line just adds to his repertoire, just puts so much pressure on the defense. And here off the dribble, and as you said, Bonte, Reggie Miller was in the building. That's Steph's favorite player. He put on a show for his idol.
He's now 132 threes away from surpassing Ray Allen on the all-time lead when it comes to made three-pointers. When Steph Curry sets a tone like that, it gets the building energized. And you heard the building here in the first half and especially in the fourth quarter. They were rocking, Darrell.
Rocking, man. I knew it was going to be exciting. I knew Steph Curry was going to have a big night. Didn't know he was going to go crazy in the first half like that. Well, the first quarter, I'm sorry. But he had the whole arena engaged.
Well, I tell you, he started 10 for 10. He had a little stretch there where he went 0 for 6. But those last 2 3-point shots, they were the toughest ones of the evening at the biggest moment of the game. So clutch performance by Steph. I thought they got good contributions across the board. Once again, Damian Lee, clutch performance in the fourth quarter.
No doubt, 11 points for Damian Lee, but a guy we did not talk about before the game on our pregame show. Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins started off hot with 3 threes in the first 4 minutes of the basketball game. He finished with 17 points, but him starting off hot, giving the Warriors that nice boost to start the game, Darrell, was very important.
Two-way Wiggs, man. He always seems to surprise me, man. Not a quiet 17, but a big 17 tonight. He helped them get that win tonight, but two-way Wiggs has been consistent since last year, man. Big game for him tonight as well.
And very active on the defensive end as usual. 17 points. Two-way Wiggs is still rounding into shape.
Right.
You know, he missed a little bit of training camp, so he still get himself in shape. But he came out and made his first three threes of the game for 9 points.
And that's what they're going to need. Jordan Poole with an off night here. He's got to find consistency here, but he has some moments in the fourth quarter. But Andrew Wiggins being that quiet third option, second option for this basketball team. Look, Darrell, we know he can score. He can fill it up. I didn't know he could play defense like this, and he made his